Faster this, Yesuan second. Off away what thus Heardings. Mist yestanam. Orthi sitar est one after dran. Thunder, hala numdon. Ing was first seen among men with the East Danes, until he passed east over the wave. His wagon ran after him. Thus the Heardings gave him his name. These lines are from the Old English Rune Poem, and are one of the last remaining verses from the old pre-conversion time. Ing, who is Lord Ingui, son of Neorþe, son of Moþre Erce, is the founder of the English nation via the West Germanic peoples known as Ingwines, friends/followers of Ingui, according to English in their Germanic works and traditions. His very name, as recorded by the Ingrune, means young, youthful. He bestows refreshment and vigour upon lads coming of age. As a youthful god, he can be rebellious. In the myths of the Edda, he ascends the Irminsul to sit on Lord Woden's heavenly throne. Woden cursed him to look out and fall helplessly in love with the first thing he sees. Famous idols of him depict him in all likelihood in the act of laying his eyes on the object of his desire, as indicated by his large erection. Goethe, daughter of the Jotun king Ea. Although lacking his aroused phallus, a decorative funerary urn sculpture discovered on Spong Hill in Elmham, England, may well be an effigy of Lord Ingui, seated in the exact same position. Thus he is very much a god of love and romantic desires, but also of renewal. I now wish to speak to you all about a word in our tongue, Rïpé. The word Rïpé has two meanings. It can mean fertile soil from which corn and vegetation is ready to spring forth. Equally, it refers to pubescent blossoming in youth. Sexual fertility and virility and procreation. Blood ceremonies to him take place in late September, or Halimunad, a liminal time caught in the threshold between the end of the warm period of long days and the cold period of long, dark nights, when the last of the harvesting takes place. These are to give thanks to him for his seed, which has impregnated earth soil, and to bless with an invitation to always return the following year. Carved wooden idols called godpoles, not to be confused with the smaller wigas, which are altarpieces, are often displayed at a hjali, situated in his sacred groves called steads. These are invariably ithyphallic, representing his lordship's crowning aspect. There is an old saying among our people to describe outdoor sexual practices, that is, giving them the green gown. Before such things came to be frowned upon as immoral, it was customary to ensure a healthy year's crop by making love in the open. In older times, this would have been part of an elaborate ceremonial worship. Neo-paganism refers to it as sex magic, but it must not be confused with the sexual rites of the modern Wicca religion. Whatever Old English name our ancients gave this practice seems to be lost in time, but a bawdy early Middle English term given above for it does survive from the 13th century. It retains a trace of post-Kenning poetry in the image it deliberately conjures in the mind. It means to take your girl or woman and literally roll about with her in the grass until it stains both your clothes. The term survived as humorous terminology, perhaps, but it reveals that despite church condemnation of our sacred sexual rites, they were still very much known about and occasionally practiced even then. Words in the old tongue that do survive refer both to sexual intercourse and marriage, since both are inseparable from the other. Hoinman means to carry home, that is, to take the bride over the threshold where intercourse can take place. Ingui's sacred wane, or wagon, is his means of transport over land, following the path of the sun and the cycle of the warm season. As with Gabier's wagon, his is pulled by oxen. Surrounding it are his divine retinue from among the race of the Alefis. That ceremonial procession, Wainus, have existed among the Germanic nations, is borne out by archaeological discoveries like the elaborately decorated Usburg-wagen, and in accounts written about communities making Wainer processions in later times. It is tempting to suggest it is the Wainer that gives Ingui's race of gods the name Wani. However, etymologically, they mean quite separate things. English Wani and Old Norse Vanir describe something existing in the past tense. Today, Van/Vanir translate to used to as in was once, referring perhaps to Ingui and his fellow gods' former glory. Thank you for paying attention to this. If you liked this content, please like and subscribe.